still on mute, so I'm the only one that can talk right now. Makes me feel very special.
Hi, Nico.
How are you, Bailey? Good to see you again.
Thanks, you too.
How's everything in Perth? It looks like it's still a lot brighter out there than it is.
Oh, the weather is beautiful. I'm loving the heat, and I've never said that in my life, so good things are happening.
Ah, very good. Very good. And let's have a look. Benedict and Mladen probably haven't realized that we've started and are still waiting in the background.
So how do I log in and that kind of thing? Because I have no idea.
When everybody's here, we'll all log in together. So
Okay,
it's still
cool.
the same as last time. You might still have, well, actually, I think Mladen changed it slightly. So it might not work exactly the same way, but we'll get you sorted when everybody is here.
Awesome.
And we'll just wait for everybody to come and join us so that we can, go through the intros and all of that. But in the meantime, how have you been? What else is new? What's been happening? Yes, I always love to ask questions when I don't realize somebody just popped something into their mouth. I'm very, very good at that. Don't know how I've become an expert.
Sorry.
That's
I'm kind of eating a lunch. What's been happening? I'm working a couple of jobs at the moment, and I'm off to personal mastery in a couple of weeks.
Oh, that's very exciting. That's amazing. And in the meantime, Benedict also joined.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello. I'm Benedict from Perth.
Yes, I think I remember, but I don't remember when. I feel like I've come out of a 2-year coma with COVID and everything. I remember things from before then, but I feel like it's a really long time ago.
Yeah, actually, I've been to Perth. I think this is the first time, actually, in Australia.
Yes.
My first time in this group.
Amazing.
And I'm very interested in real estate and everything that will, like, wisdom that I'll get from here.
Very good. I'm very glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I think Mladen, there's a couple more people that have asked if they can join. Let me get them to join so that works at least. So my 2 VAs are also going to be joining, which I always get them to also keep an eye on things in the background. And Mladen keeps things in the background from a technical point of view with regards to the game, because the game we're going to be playing is online. And we'll talk about some of the things that we've added and done with regards to that. But let's start with Bailey. Would you like to introduce yourself so everybody can get to know you a little bit?
I'm Bailey. I did this probably close to a year ago. And I like to make it a regular thing if I can. I'm in Perth, so it just depends on the time difference and that kind of thing. So yeah.
Perfect. Yes, we've known each other for even a little bit more than a year now. And yes, I think the last time you came was about a year ago. And a lot of strange things have happened in the meantime, for sure.
Yeah.
And Benedict, over to you. Would you like to introduce yourself? It looks like it's really nice, sunny daytime still. Where are you situated?
In Joondalup.
Sorry, where?
Joondalup.
Oh, where's that?
Joondalup. Perth.
So
Perth, like me. I'm Benedict. I'm about probably 15, 20 minutes away from you in Clarkson.
Okay.
Yeah.
No wonder those names don't mean anything to me. So that explains the sunny weather, because here the sun has already been going down and it's a little bit cloudy outside. But I'd love to get to know a little bit about you. If you'd like to introduce yourself, Benedict.
My name is Benedict. I'm 28 years old. I'm a student here at ECU. Back home, I was an architect. But right now here I'm studying project management at ECU, Edith Cowan University. And I'm really interested in the space, buildings, and what spaces can do to generations and generational wealth.
Yes.
I happen to have passed through Robert Kiyosaki's hands with his books and all that. So I know the power of real estate and the conversion of company profits into real estate and all that. So I'm curious to the local scene here in Australia, Perth, and generally how it works. And I'm also interested in a lot of digital money and all that. So I don't know how many ways we'll take this, but let's see how it unfolds.
Absolutely. So you're definitely in the right place. This is a good place to have a talk about different ways to create wealth, passive income, some ways to protect your assets, minimize the tax, not eliminate tax because that's illegal, but minimize tax, all of those really amazing things. And I've actually been working on a project here in Sydney, which has been very exciting. And I want to see if I can also take that online, which is an investment club. And we've actually been learning, studying, and researching together. And I've given everybody access to a VA, which allows them to then get research done even while they're sleeping or while they are working or while they are studying, all of those different kinds of things, so that everybody can benefit from actually taking action. Because one thing that I saw a lot, and I know that it's probably not really my turn yet, but I used to run Cashflow at my cafe when I had a cafe back in my cafe days. That sounds really weird, but anyway. And yeah, people would come and they'd play, and then they would say that they were very excited, and then I would send them off, and they'd come back the week after still excited, and I want to make money, I want to do passive income and cash flow and play in real life. And then I'd say, what did you do this week? And I'd say, what do you mean, what did I do? I'd say, what action did you take? And they'd be like, no, that's scary, that's scary. And they never did anything. So I've always wanted to create something that can assist people so that they are actually taking action, as opposed to they understand the concepts but aren't really pulling the trigger on it. So that's what I am all about. So that's a little bit about me. So let me see if Mladen is there. I was going to get Mladen to introduce himself, and not sure if he is able to hear us yet. Otherwise, I will still introduce myself. Mladen's not there yet. So he's the one that created the online version, but I'll let him talk about that since that is his speciality. And I'm just getting messages. We'll ignore that. I thought I put this phone on silent, but it's still making sound because it's still on the home screen. Okay, Mladen's still somewhere in the background, so we'll get back to him in just a moment. So my history, I was born in the Netherlands, grew up in Australia. I didn't really have a lot of role models with regards to financial freedom or anything like that. I always knew that I wanted to do these kinds of things, but I had nobody to watch or get any ideas from. And then I went and studied in the Netherlands, and I started doing entrepreneurial things. And I started researching stocks and real estate and businesses and commercial real estate and all sorts of really fun things. And just learned by doing a bit of everything and figuring out what did and didn't work. Most of it didn't work in my 20s because that's just how it is. And then came back to Australia and bought a cafe when I did figure a couple of things out. And from there, became a business coach, and then got more into investing and went into more stocks and options, been getting more into real estate, and recently also been looking into foreign exchange and other things, which has been a lot of fun. Also some precious metals, cryptocurrencies. I like having broad understanding so that you can shift everything around, and we might talk about that a little bit at the end. But that's a little bit about me. And then, yes, we'll see if Mladen has returned. If not yet, then I am going to start opening the website, and I'll put the details into the chat so that you can all join as well. I'll start sharing my screen, and then we are good to go. Let me see if I can re-find where the Zoom is hiding. There it is. It's on the last page. Slightly different spot. Okay, so that is the website just there. So if everybody would like to jump across, and Mladen has joined us. So Mladen, would you also like to introduce yourself while everybody is starting to log in?
Good day, everyone. I hear that you're some of them in person. Probably there is a good day. There is good evening here in Sydney. So, hello, everyone. As Mano said, I'm one of who you're gonna be happy or not happy what you're gonna see today. My background is I'm a computer programmer and learning also about accounting. So I added a little more advanced version to the game, as you might see in board game. So if you have any questions, any suggestions how to improve, what to add, feel free to comment, and Mano and I will implement it. I hope you're gonna enjoy the game, and I'm really interested in what is your current status and what do you expect from the game, and at the end of the game, will you did we meet your expectations, and what would we should change to meet expectations so you can come again and really benefit of this?
Actually, that's probably a great idea. It's something that we haven't done before. And I'm going to, if you see me looking off to the side a little bit, it's probably because I am writing some notes or doing something similar to that. Maybe what we can do to start off with is if everybody would like to quickly in the chat, type in what you would like to gain from the game today, what you'd like to learn, what you'd like to experience, what kinds of things you would like to get out of it, so that you are a step ahead of where you started today. So if you finish today with something that's going to move you forward, what would it be?
And another question from me is the time. What is the best time for you to join? Here is now past 6 o'clock in Sydney. People are still coming from work, and in Perth is still probably 3, 4, maybe 3 o'clock afternoon. So what would be the best time for you to join the game? So we'll have only one session or more sessions depending on the zone where you are coming from. That will be also beneficial for us to know how to organize.
Absolutely. So please do share what you'd like to get out of the game so that you are ahead, and what time as well. And yes, Bailey already got in touch with me earlier, and we figured out that it was 4 p.m. in Perth. Well, Bailey actually figured that out. I would have had to ask somebody or look it up, because I want to make sure that whatever it is that you'd like to get out of the game today, whatever it is that you'd like to learn, or something you'd like to experience, or something that's going to get you ahead, that we have that as part of what we are doing. Because otherwise, what's the point if you go somewhere and you don't learn something new, or you don't learn something to implement, or you don't have something that's going to make it worth the time, because you took the time today in order to be here.
Also, has anyone any investments or like to spend money in something useful so far? Any experience so far, so we can start to build on it?
So you can keep typing in ideas or having a think about that while we start, but I'm looking forward to seeing what you would be more interested in. So I might have a talk at the end about property and some ideas on how to get started. So we'll use what everybody says out of their expectations. So we'll get into it, and you can see that I'm already on the page that I put into the chat. So feel free to also log into that one. You should be able to see my screen, and it should have a blue button and a green button on the bottom. And if you click on the link for the click to simulate, it will take you into this page here. Now, I already have my user ID and password at the top because I've already logged in the past. But if you haven't, and I think that even if you have in the past, we've reset it at some point. So Bailey, you might also need to fill everything in on the bottom for now. And then that will allow you in. And then when everybody's in, I will show you the inside and we'll get started. Okay, I'm just going to take some notes based on what you mentioned that you'd like to get out of today. And I'm assuming when you say general layout of the Australian market, Benedict, that you mean the property market, as in which capital city, for example? Would that be right?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I was actually at a seminar not long ago where they discussed the different markets, and I will share, and this guy was generally on TV a lot. So he is one of the top economists who actually ends up on TV. So I'll share what I learned from him and my own observations towards the end. And so I will make it very relevant to what you would like to get out of today. So that is really amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. And then let me know when you have been able to register. And then I'll start going to the page. It will not look like this. Your first page will look like this. So let me know when you are here, and then we'll continue from there. So I'm not sure if it will still have your password from before. So if you register in the bottom section, Bailey, it will allow you to generate a new password. I think you can nominate your own password. To keep it simple, because we all forget passwords. Don't we all know it? So for register, I think you can make up your own password, so that should be nice and easy. Let me or Mladen know if you have any other issues, or you can message Mladen directly in the chat, and he'll be happy to help you out if it's something technical, because he's much better at the technical things than I am. Okay, let me know how you're going. If there's any issues, just let us know. Let me know when you're in, and then I'll show you this page and go through the basics. And then we'll go through more of the details as we play, since there are a lot of functionality in this version of the game. A bit more even than the original board game. Okay, just so that somebody so that is just my screen recording software that decided to chime in on the chat. Everything going well, Bailey? You managed to get to this page or not yet? Reach out to Mladen if you have any issues. You know how to send a direct message to Mladen if there are any challenges? Yep. And how about you, Benedict? Any issues with registering?
No, it's all good. So
section? Okay. Then let me know if you've been able to reach Mladen, if he's helping you out. I might start to explain as you are logging in, but we'll make sure that you manage to get in. So while you're getting that sorted, so this page is going to show you your profession. So you'll see that in this case, I'm a teacher at the moment, and I have a tax amount, car loan expenses, credit card expenses. So I have my income and my expenses here, and I have all my assets. So I've got a savings account to start off with $200. I have my home and my car, and I've got my liabilities, the loan that I took out for those, plus the interest rate and how long I need to repay them. So we've gone a little bit more into detail than the board game. So you can also see your total income, your total expenses, and the monthly cash flow. In future versions, you'll be able, you can already change these numbers, but you can actually put in your real life numbers as well, which has very big advantages if you want to start doing things in real life. We used to have somebody who thought that they would never be able to buy property, and they started playing with their real life numbers, and they were actually able to figure out how to buy property because their brain realized that there were potentials and possibilities that they didn't think were possible. So that is something that we're going to put into some future versions and future catch-ups that we do. One of the first things you need to do is click on random, and it will then generate a random profession for you. How are you going, by the way, Bailey, in the meantime? I'm able to help.
I'm just about to sign in now. I just changed my email address, so hopefully I can get in now.
Okay, perfect. Let us know if it works. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Well done for getting it done. And so once you click on random, it will take you to this page here. And this page is the playboard. So you can see the button up here for that one. So it will also show you your earned income, your passive income, which starts at 0, your total income, your total expenses, and your cash flow, which is the money left over after you've paid all of your expenses. It will also show you everything that you own here at the bottom. So all of your bank accounts. You might only have one at the start. I'll show you how you can also open up multiple bank accounts like I have. And then it will also show you all of the things that you owe money on, your home, your car, your credit card, all of those things, how much your salary and your taxes and your other expenses are. And then when you get assets, it will have those in there as well. For the competitive people, there are milestones. So you can get passive income greater than your expenses, which means that you're out of the rat race. You can double it and triple it. And then you can become an accredited investor. You can get all of your ratios within the range, which is something which is obviously going to be good for your credit score and being able to get loans from the bank. You might want to get 7 real estate properties, or you want to be investing in more than one asset class. 4 or more is usually good, because that way if one industry is going well, the other might not, and you can protect yourself from various challenges. There's a couple of other things. We have bank information, and we've got reports. We've got certain tools that you can use. There's a section on the market and some things in settings. We will talk about those a little bit later. There's also a little indicator with regards to how much you are using other people's money. So Robert Kiyosaki talks a lot about the fact that you want to be able to leverage things. So you want to be able to use other people's time, other people's money, other people's effort in order to be able to do things, because otherwise you're only going to be able to get so far on your own. There's also a little bit more information in this statement section. So again, it's your cash flow statement, your income, your expenses, your assets and liabilities. You also have a cash ledger. So this will show everything that is happening with your cash. So this will show you how much cash you have right now, how much you started the game with, and what you've already paid and what you've received. The performance section are various statistics that are going to be very relevant to whether you can get loans or not, whether you are doing well or not so well. So if they are blue, means that they are doing well. If they are red, it means that you might need to make some adjustments in order to be able to fix those. So for example, debt to assets, at the moment, my debt is very high compared to the assets that I have. So that's something that I would probably want to see if I can improve on. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. I don't want to overwhelm you. And then for the competitive people, again, there's a scoreboard that ranks us all, and it ranks us on how much we're using other people's money and how close we are to financial freedom. So this will show you how many months you can survive without having any income. In this case, for me, it's only 0.84 months, which means that it's less than a month. So if I don't get a job within a month, I'd be in a bit of trouble. So I don't want to overwhelm you too much with all of that, because I know that there is a lot. We'll keep it nice and simple. This is the game board. This is what you're going to be mainly looking at. I'll show you more details as we go along as things come up. So to get started, you would, when it's your turn, hit select card. And then in this case, I get a payday. I might hit select card again. And in this case, I get nothing coming up. So then in this case, because the 5,000, 6,000 and 100,000 buttons are purple, I would need to choose one of those and click on that. And that would then give me a small deal. In this case, MYT for you at $1. At the moment, I'm the only one that can do anything because I'm playing by myself in my own room. So that is the basics. I would love to invite you to come and join me in one of the rooms. So I'm going to click on this button, room, up the top here on the left under the coins. And if you click on that as well, I am going to create a room. I'm going to call it room 1. And then if you go to select room and select room 1, then you should be able to join me in room 1. And I'll be really nice. I'll actually just leave these MYT for you shares at $1 for everybody to take advantage of. Oh, you beat Benedict to it, Bailey, very quick. You still got the hang of it. That's really good. So let me know how you're going, Bailey. Bailey. I've got too many B's, Benedict and Bailey.
All right, so trade war panic leads to record low share price toward its home. Electronic seller. Everyone may buy or sell at this price. And then I have the information that I just don't understand.
So at the bottom, it has the symbol, so the name of the company, which is called a stock ticker, and that allows you to know what the company is without having to type out the whole name. The price is $1, and usually it's between 5 and 30, so it's a little bit lower than usual. So it's a little bit like those special stickers that you find at Kohl's. And then it doesn't have but you can buy and sell, hopefully for a better price, so you can make some money on it. So this is available to everybody. I'm hoping that Benedict manages to come and join us in the room very soon. Let me know if there's any questions.
How do you get that room?
Yes, so if you click on this purple button, room, under the coins, and then I can't show you right now because I'm already in a room, but then you should have a selection to choose.
Room 1. Okay.
And then we're in room 1, yes. And then you'll be in here with us. And I'll just show you. So first of all, I'm going to check how much money I have. And then I am going to buy some shares. So if I click on the buy button, I can select how many shares I want to buy. And in my case, I probably shouldn't tell you how much, but you can see anyway. And then I'm going to buy some shares. And then I have managed to buy some shares. And then, of course, you need to buy the amount that you're comfortable with. Don't just copy what I'm doing, even though I'm sharing my screen.
How do I know how much I've got in the bank?
So if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see here under personal, you'll see probably you only have one bank account. I've got 4 at the moment. You'll be able to see how much money you have.
You won't let me scroll down.
You might be looking at my screen. So you have a screen that is similar to mine. If you are on the screen sharing on Zoom, then you'll be on my.
It says cash flow statement, and like I've got nothing in there, so I can't really do anything.
No, you should be able to have some. So you might need to scroll a little bit lower, and then you'll have your bank account. You should have some money in there already.
Bailey, you need to select profession first.
Oh, right. Well, oh yeah, cool.
You understand the link in a moment.
What do I put for profession?
So you just click random, and it will automatically give you one.
Oh yeah, cool.
Okay. So usually in the official board game, only I would be allowed to buy these, but there's a way in which everybody can buy them, which is a bit of a bend in the rule as opposed to breaking the rules. So let me know when you've all bought the shares that you want, if you want to buy some, because of course it's up to you whether you'd like to buy them or not. And let me know when you are ready, and then I will press done, and then it will be Benedict's turn, and then we'll keep playing.
Mara, can you please pause for a moment?
Yes.
Bailey, can you please check, select another profession? Something is wrong.
Okay, yeah. All right. I selected a profession. Is it coming up?
Now it's okay.
Okay, thanks.
Looks like it's
probably you clicked somewhere before you selected up, and there was no bookkeeping was not correct. Now it's all right.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, man.
Sorry, I've got no experience with stocks and all that, so I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing right now.
So if you'd like to buy some, you can. So the price is relatively good. So if you'd like to test it out and buy some and see what happens, you can. So I bought a few, and the way in which you do that is you hit the buy button, and then you type in how many shares you would like. So I'll open it up one more time so you can see my screen. Whoa. There we go. It's coming. So in this quantity to buy, you can type in how many you want to have, and then at the top right, you can select buy, and then it will let you buy shares. And then let me know when you have the shares that you want, and then Benedict, you as well, and then I will pass on, and then we'll keep going.
Yeah, I brought.
Okay, perfect. Then I'm going to say done. And then Benedict, over to you. See what you come up with.
I'm having a bit of a challenge here, understanding what we're actually doing here. The goal is to have the biggest cash flow, right? And we have to, as we take turns, we have to buy what exactly? Because I thought I'll buy whatever I want, like real estate instead of stocks.
So your strategy is completely up to you. So the goal is to have passive income, which is currently 0. This one here that I'm highlighting. Oops, highlighted too much. Your passive income needs to be higher than your total expenses. Whether you do that through stocks, whether you do that through real estate, whether you do that in whatever way you like is up to you. Something that I was going to mention at the end is that you might need to find a way to generate some money first. So there are 2 different strategies. One is called cash flow, which is going to increase that passive income so that you can actually achieve your goal. But the other one is capital gains, in order to be able to increase the amount of money you have so that you actually have enough money to buy property, for example. So if you are only collecting paychecks, it might take you a bit longer than if you buy something that can make you some money in the short term in order to be able to have enough money to be able to get into the real estate market.
I see.
Does that explain it for you? Because I can't really tell you what the strategy is. That's the point of the game. But I do want to make sure that you understand what you need to do in order to be able to move forward in the game for sure.
I get that. Okay, show me one more time how to buy this. Buy anything.
So to buy anything, so first of all, you need to select card.
Okay.
And then if something comes up automatically, then you don't have to do anything else. So in this case, you receive your payday. So that will automatically go into your bank account here at the bottom. That will happen automatically since the computer does all of that. If you click select card and then the middle buttons here, the 5,000, 6,000, and 100,000 turn purple, then you would need to pick those. The $5,000 button is for deals that cost less than 5,000, and the 6,000 button is for things that cost more than 6,000. And I wouldn't worry about the 100,000 just yet, probably. I don't think anybody has that amount of money.
Okay.
Okay, over to you, Bailey. And I think it's saying that you need to select one of the purple 5,000 or 6,000. There we go. So collector wants gold coins. So since we're at the very beginning of the game, nobody's actually got any gold coins yet. So if you click on sell, it will actually show you whether you have the right asset or not. It will probably say you don't have any of that asset. And then if that's the case, then obviously there's nothing to do anyhow. So then you can click done, and then hopefully you get something good for the next one that you can buy. Something
All right, cool. Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome. So then you can click on done, and then the turn will pass on to the next player. Okay, see if I come up with something good. Okay, so I got a payday, which is really nice. I enjoy those. And a Plex buyer. So again, nobody has any Plexes yet because nobody's bought anything yet except for some shares. So if I click sell, you'll be able to see on my screen that it says no assets found here at the bottom. So that's one way I can check. So since I can't sell anything, I'll just hit done. And then I'll do done one more time. And then that passes it on to Benedict again. Ooh, Benedict's gone for a big one. Let's have a look. So this one has a down payment of 50,000. So that's a very big down payment. So it looks like it's a good deal, but I'm not sure if you're going to be able to afford the down payment. So those 6,000 plus ones are good for when you've got a little bit more money, but a little bit challenging when you don't. So if you'd want to buy that one, you'd need to borrow money, but the amount of money that you would need to borrow might end up costing you more than the amount of income that property gives you. So if you can figure a way to do it, then feel free. But it might be a little bit challenging at this stage of the game.
How do I go back? I say done.
So yes, if you don't want to continue with it, you can say done. If you have any questions about the card, feel free to ask.
Right.
So at any time, if you have any questions about anything, feel free. I'm always happy to answer any questions. Yay, Bailey got a paycheck. More money in the bank. That's always good. Okay, see if I can find something good in here. Oh, sunglasses. Must have new sunglasses. Pay 75. I don't know if I'd usually do it, but I'm going to... Officially, according to the official rules, you always have to pay for doodads. And technically, you can get away with not doing it, but I generally buy most of the things that come along because things happen in life. Sometimes things break down. Sometimes you splurge on something and then you think, oh my goodness me, why did I spend money on that? Oh, Benedict downsized. That's not as nice. So in the official board game, when you get downsized, you lose 2 turns, which means that you don't get any income. Whereas if you had passive income, you would still be paid in real life. So this version, you do actually still get paid your passive income if you lose your job. probably none of us have any at the moment, but that's okay. But you don't really lose 2 turns in that sense. You just don't receive your earned income for 2 turns. So it's a little bit more realistic. Okay, Bailey, see what you come up with. Okay, so this is a blue card, which means that it is an opportunity to sell. So none of us have any land, which is a shame because it's a really nice amount of money, 150,000. I wouldn't mind getting that for my land. But unfortunately, right now, none of us have any land. So that's probably not going to be relevant to any of us.
All right, so it's really best to just click done then?
Yes. So if you wanted to check, you can click sell. But I already know that none of us have any land at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you already know that it's not relevant, then you can click done. But you can always check if you want to click sell and see if you have it.
Yeah, I've already done. I've already clicked done. It shall go.
Yes, I saw that. I'm a little slow sometimes when it comes to noticing that it's my turn, so just remind me. Another payday for me. Oh, Benedict's had his turn, and back to you, Bailey. Change how I'm sitting. So it's a little comfortable. Computer's a bit too far away.
It's not giving me the option to select card, but it's not coming out with purple. I tried to refresh as well.
So the 5,000 and 6,000 buttons should be purple, I think.
Oh, okay. So what do I do there?
So you can click one of those. So you can either click the 5,000 or the 6,000. Probably at the moment you don't have that much money to be able to buy a big deal yet. So probably you want to go for the 5,000.
Yeah, I did that.
There we go. You got it working. So you can read the card out if you like. That way everybody knows what's going on. And you can ask any questions if you have any questions.
All right. Payday in stock. Oak for you. Drugs Co. Booming market raises share price of this long-term maker of medicines. Everyone may buy or sell at this price. Today's price $50. No dividend. Trading range 5 to 40.
Okay, so 5 to 40. Today's price is 50. So if you think that's a good deal, then you can buy it. If not, then you can skip that one. So I'm okay. I don't feel like I would like any of those.
All right. So sorry, just to clarify, the trading range 5 to 40. So I'm guessing the $50 for today's price is quite high.
Yes, correct.
Correct. Okay. Cool. Yep.
So probably good to sell, but we're not selling.
Yep. So do I just go? Do I sell or go done?
So there's nothing to sell because none of us have it, I think. You
Okay.
can
Yeah.
sell to check, but then you can click done if you don't have any.
All right. Cool. Done.
Okay. Okay, another Plex buyer. So I still don't think I have any because I know that I haven't bought any of those. So just double checking, but no, I have none of those. So I'm just going to have to say done. Nothing else I can do for that one. Back over to you, Benedict. Oh, that's a good sales price. But unfortunately, I think still no property in the game yet. Oh, wow. Got that same card again. It's a shame that the land hasn't come up yet.
Yeah. So I've just clicked done.
Yes.
Menno, how often do you do these?
This one once every 2 weeks at the moment, and we're looking at
Okay. Cool.
And the in-person, which is a little bit far from Perth. I'll let you know about it, but yes, it might be a bit more challenging.
Yeah, I think so. At the moment, anyway. Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks.
No, that's okay. Oh, so this one is a little bit lower priced.
Okay.
Okay, I got the ones that I wanted, so I am good for you to continue on.
All right, I've got mine. So I go done.
Yes. Unless Benedict's still going, but I think he might have already made his choice as well. Otherwise, I'm sure he would have said something. If not, we should check how much cash I have as well. Okay, payday, and I got a rare gold coin. 1500 Royal Spanish New World Havana Mint only piece of 8 gold coin in good condition to swap meet. One only. Seller asks $1,000. Use this yourself or sell to another player. I like it, so I'm going to buy it for myself. So one of those I'm going to buy. There we go. And then that's everything that I could do with that one. So done.
Is it possible to actually pay when I am my sort of income and passive and the total income is zero?
How do you mean?
Like right now, there's charity on my place, and it's saying that so there are only two buttons to press, either done or pay, and all my income is zero, and my expenses is sort of negative 600 right now.
So charity is a contribution that you can make or don't have to make if you don't want to. So it's up to you. So if you're feeling charitable, you can donate 10% by clicking pay. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. So you can also click done if you don't.
So I'm asking, if I press play, they'll actually get the money from me, and my account is zero, so it starts going negative, huh?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
So that's why it's a good thing that it's that it is optional.
Yeah.
So this one's also optional, Bailey. So it's up to you whether you want to sponsor the child. It would cost $40 per month. If you think it's something that you can afford and that you want to do, you can. If you think that you don't have to. So luckily,
I decided not to.
Sometimes it's not the
How
right.
come you keep getting on the paydays?
I don't know.
Well, lucky you, hey?
We're all getting paydays. They just come at random times, but they come at regular intervals. But yeah, you've just noticed mine more than
Yeah.
Yours are coming too. I promise I'm not.
Yeah, cool.
Paid. Oh, still same one at the same price. So we can buy more at $10 if we want to. Might buy a few more. Okay, I am good when you are.
Yep, I've just brought. Do I have to click anything else?
Let's have a look. I think yeah, let Benedict know when you are done. I am definitely done, and then Benedict.
Yep, I'm done.
Continue on. And back
on. I go. I'm probably gonna buy.
Oh wow, there's a lot of these going around.
Yep. So just tell me when you guys are both done.
Yes. Okay, I am done. I gave a little bit of thought before buying how many I was choosing how many I was going to buy.
I'm done.
Sorry, Benedict, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Awesome.
Okay.
Now it's your turn.
My turn. Yes, thank you for the reminder. Let's see how much cash I have to see whether I'm going to get a big or a small one. Another small one though first. Okay, grow for us, but it's at the top of the trading range, so it's $40, and it trades from 10 to 40, so that's a little bit high for me. So I'm assuming that I'd be selling ice to Eskimos if I wanted to sell that to anybody else. So I've already hit done.
No.
So I don't think anybody has any children. So this is only if you have children. So since you don't have any children yet, you can just hit done. You don't have to worry about this one right now.
All right, cool. I remember last time I think I had like it was either me or you, man. I mean, I had like 2 or 3 children, and like yeah, it was intense.
Yes, I sometimes have a lot of children.
You will be a good dad, but yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, this is nice.
Oh.
I'm going to. So I have a couple of bank accounts which I need to transfer across from. So let's have a look. I'm going to take my investing account and transfer some money to my checking account. Okay, let's have a look. Now that I have money, now we can buy. Aha. Okay, and that was my turn, so I'm going to be the one that hits done. There we go. Oh dear, who just got downsized? Benedict. Oh dear.
Twice now.
Yes, I was about to say.
Nope, no, not doing that one.
Oh, but I think we own them, so we might be able to sell them though, Bailey.
Oh, that's how it works. Okay.
So we bought them at 10 and 5. The only thing you need to keep in mind though is that there is something called capital gains tax. And so whatever profit you make, just like in real life, if you own it for less than 12 months, you pay more tax. So you pay the tax over the total amount of profit that you made. But if you have it for more than 12 months, you only pay tax over the amount that, or you only pay 50% of the amount that you made profit over as tax. So the capital gain is over the full amount, but if we've owned them for more than 12 months, we pay a little bit less in tax. But I am going to sell some of mine, and I'm going to sell this one.
All right, so I've got about 12.
Yes. So you don't have to sell all of them. So if you click on the sell button, you can click on the one that you want to sell, and you can choose how many you want to sell. So if you have 12 and you want to sell 6, and you would type 6 here at the top in the quantity to sell, and then you click sell, and it will sell the amount that you want. If you want to sell all of them, you can. Just remember you're paying a little bit more tax because you don't own them that long yet. But if you decide that you want to sell a little bit, you can. Or if you want to wait until the tax is a little bit less, you can also wait. It's up to you.
I have sold some, so we'll see how that plans out.
Yes, that's the way to play this game. Test things, see how they work, see if it's good or bad, and learn the lesson as you go. Absolutely. Okay, I am good. So you can click done when you're ready, Bailey.
Yep.
Okay. So yes, you can hit done when you're ready, Bailey. I think.
Oh, sorry, done.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forget to hit select card and done all the time. Yeah, it's really my luck for just paydays by themselves. Usually paydays come together with other opportunities. In this case, I'm just getting all the paydays just by themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can check, but I don't think you have a bed and breakfast. So I don't think that that's going to help you out there this time around, Benedict. Okay, I'm going to buy some more of these. Have a look. How much do I have? Okay, I am good to go.
Yep.
I'm ready when you are.
Benedict, are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
Thanks.
Okay, again, 3-2 house seller. The price is a little bit lower than some of them, but I don't think any of us own any yet, so that isn't going to help anybody yet. Hopefully we can start buying property soon, get some more money in our bank accounts.
Which would be nice.
That would be very good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So I spent all the money that I got from my shares sales, but I spent it on good things, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I am good on these ones, but Benedict might be buying some or selling some. I'm not sure.
My go.
Yes.
Okay. Hmm.
Okay, so let me know if you have any questions about this one.
Yep.
This is a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom condo. Up to you if you think you have the money for it. If you want to pay the down payment of 5,000, there is some cash flow there, which is the name of the game, because that gives you the passive.
Yeah. So, where will I find how much is in my bank? Because I'm still trying to work out this.
Yep, so that's at the bottom. So if you see my page, you can see that I am just highlighting that one blue there. So that is
Oh, yeah.
bank account details are.
Okay, so it's got cash, checking account, and then the value.
Yes, so that value is the amount of money that you have on the bank account. So that's the part that I just highlighted blue on
All
my.
right, I am going to buy.
Okay. The first real estate purchase. Amos Benedict's
Yeah.
bought something without telling us.
Yeah.
Because everybody can see what I am doing, but I have no idea what everybody else is doing. See? And I'm nice enough to keep sharing my screen.
So I've purchased. I think it's gone through. Yeah. Yes, it has. All right.
So you can see it at the bottom.
And that. Yeah.
Gold, and I've got all of the shares. So you should be able to see a property down there for you.
Yep. You took that, Menno.
Perfect. Congratulations on your property purchase, Bailey.
Thank you. If only like properties were still that cheap, that would be awesome.
Definitely that would. You won't find anything like that in Sydney at that price.
No.
Maybe a parking spot, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, Benedict. Let me send you some money so I can actually show you a new feature. So in the bank section,
Yep.
go to Pay Player. And when somebody gets a baby, what I like to do is I like to send you some money. It's optional. You don't have to, but it's just a little tradition that we started that if you want to, you can send somebody some money if they have a baby, because obviously it's a baby shower. You want to give them some money for a nappy, for all of these different things. So I just sent you some money, Benedict, to congratulate you and help you afford some of those new expenses that you just got.
That money is supposed to show up where?
So it will automatically show up in your bank account, but what you can do is you can go to this middle button here, Cash Ledger, and you'll notice at the bottom, even though I've got your faces in front of me, you'll see at the very bottom that mine says payment paid to Benedict, and you'll see that it's minus 100, and you'll see what my new balance is. You'll see every single transaction that I've done that's cash related, and the last one is yours. You'll be able to see payment received, and that's where it will show up.
I transferred $50 to you, Benedict.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's a generous group.
For sure.
Okay, and then Bailey, it's over to you.
So what's Grag errands?
So Krugerrands is pieces of gold from South Africa. So
Oh,
different
okay.
have different gold coins, and they have different names because it's fun to give things funny names. And so in this case, South African gold coins are called Krugerrands, and you can buy them, I think, for, let's have a look, 1,500. And it's up to you if you'd like to buy those or not. So they don't give you any cash flow right now, but you're hoping that you can sell them for more later. If you'd like to buy them, if you have enough money, if you think it's a good deal.
I might pass on that one.
Completely okay. It's up to you, of course. Okay. If I can find something good. Oh, finally a deal. I haven't had one of those for a while.
I keep grabbing the deals.
Sorry?
I keep getting the deals.
You do. And Benedict's been getting some good deals too. That's what I'm about. Yeah, $10 for on to you. Okay, I'm gonna actually buy some. Okay. Let me know if everybody is done, because you can also get them if you want to. I've got mine.
Done.
My other bank.
I can't buy having sufficient funds.
You don't have sufficient funds?
Yeah.
So another thing, if you wanted to borrow, but probably the bank wouldn't lend you in real life for it, but just to show you how you can do that, if you go to this button here, borrow, under bank, you can borrow only in increments of 1,000. So if I type in 900, it won't let me borrow it because it must be equal to or greater than 1,000 in increments of 1,000. So I can borrow 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000. But you'd be able to do that in this section here.
Okay.
Just keep in mind that usually for stocks, banks are not likely to lend to you unless you have collateral, if you've got something to prove that you have the means to do it. Okay. Then, are you good for me to hit done?
Yep.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, perfect. So I hit done 3 times, but now it responded. It took a while. Do you have any kids, Benedict? I think you did. Yes, you did.
Oh my goodness.
So you'll need to spend $100 for taking them to Disneyland. That's very cheap for Disneyland, actually. That is very cheap.
Copy.
Oh, small shopping mall. So I don't think any of us have one of those. So you can hit sell, but I'm 99.99% sure that it will come up as
No assets found. No. All right, done.
I had a feeling that that's what was going to happen.
Yeah, all good.
I'm sure we all would have remembered if we bought a shopping mall. That would be very exciting. Okay.
So my brother's best friend, his grandma owns like a few shopping, a couple of shopping like lands.
Oh wow.
So she gets quite a bit from that.
That's amazing. Could take her out for lunch one day and ask her how she did it.
Yeah, sure. Good idea.
That could be good. Invite her for lunch. Okay, so that was my turn. Benedict, over to you. Ooh, grow for us $40. Let's have a look. Oh, it's the only one I don't have. Got like hundreds and hundreds of shares. And the one that comes up is the only one that I don't have.
I also don't have this. Okay. I think I'll press done if everyone is okay.
Yes. I would sell at this price, but yeah, I don't have any to sell. And I'm okay for buying at this price. Definitely okay for buying at this price. Ooh, so this would have been the apartment that Benedict almost bought earlier, but he didn't have the money for. So this would be an opportunity to sell it. But you would have gotten into a lot of financial trouble buying it in the first place. So it might have been.
Yeah, I've got under 20 grand. So yeah, I will go done.
Yes, that one's not relevant to any of us right now.
Okay, done. Yeah.
Okay, and that brings it back to me. Oh, yay! Got myself a little bundle of joy. Increases my expenses, but I still love the baby.
You told us how do you transfer funds to somebody else?
So if you would like to be as generous to me as I was to you, if you go to bank and then you go to the very bottom, there is a section called Pay Player. And that takes you to this one where you can select one of the players and send the money. And I would very much appreciate a little donation. And then I can see that I received some money from both of you. So appreciate that very much.
Oh, good.
So one very important lesson, you'll notice that I'm always going back to check things. And this is a really valuable skill. So we used to have a girl that used to come and play. And she was being paid on an hourly basis. And in this version of the game, you automatically get paid. So when you pass payday, it will automatically put it into your account. But in the board game, you actually only manage to see your payday if you ask for it. So if you don't ask for it, you don't get the money. And so she kept forgetting to ask for her payday. She thought it was very unfair that I said that she wasn't going to get repaid for the times that she forgot. And then she realized that she was being paid an hourly rate, and she went and she actually checked because she wasn't taking her money seriously. And she went and she checked her pay slips, and she found out that the company had accidentally been paying less than her hourly rate. And they'd been doing that for years. So she'd lost out on a lot of money. So it goes to show that it's very important to take money seriously, to check things, because if you take it seriously, the universe, or whatever you want to call it, it notices that you actually take it seriously, and otherwise it notices that you don't. And so it might do all sorts of weird things to prevent you from collecting the money properly. So there we go, a little bit of a lesson thrown in there. Okay, then over to you, Bailey.
Yeah.
Oh, I see everybody's ahead of
Oh,
me.
hello.
Catch up. Oh, certificate of deposit. So let me know if you have any questions about that one.
So yeah, what's the certificate of deposit in the way? Well, obviously I'm gonna think about a choice, but yeah.
So yes, this is up to you. It costs $5,000. We don't call them certificate of deposits in Australia. We call them term deposits.
Okay, yeah.
That means that you are lending your $5,000 to the bank. They will pay you 4.8%, so they'll pay you $20 per month. And the trading rate is 5,000 because at the end you keep your interest. So if you have it for 12 months, they'll pay you the $20 12 times, and then you get your $5,000 back as well.
Awesome. I have just brought.
Okay.
I'm gonna quickly go to the toilet while it's not my turn. I'll be back.
No, that's all good.
Thank you.
That is something that needs to happen, so make sure you do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So another payday for me, and stock NYTPU Electronics Company. Now look at how many I have and whether I want to sell some. Keep those ones. And sell some of those. Okay, we might just wait for Bailey to come back in case she wants to sell some. So we might quickly check to see.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. I wanted to ask you something.
Oh, of course. Perfect timing.
Once we get used to and acclimatized to this system, how can we actually play this in real life? Is there like a software that will directly translate this into, I don't know, like real numbers?
So we are actually creating a new version of this at the moment, and we are looking at either adding new cards or creating a system that will automatically generate numbers within a certain range. so that it is much more random, so that it's going to be more realistic, and so that you can't predict the cards. Because right now the cards are the same as the original board game, and that board game is quite predictable in that sense, because you have a certain number of cards and you shuffle them. So you don't know what order they'll come out in, but you do know which cards will eventually turn up. So we're working on that.
I think you misunderstood my question. My question was, once we get acclimatized and we understand how to win in this cash flow simulator game, how do we translate the same sort of numbers, database, something into real world solving problems? Like the same thing, but it's actually, yeah.
I was probably building up to that, but yes.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. So I actually recently started an investment club.
Okay.
And it's something that I also want to start setting up online, since somebody like you in Perth is also interested, but not able to turn up for the ones that I'm running in Sydney at the moment, which are in person. And at that club, what we are doing is we are researching together. I have VAs, and those are virtual assistants, and those are people that can do tasks for you while you are sleeping, while you are working, while you are studying, whatever it is that you are doing, so that you can save some of your time. And they've been helping with the research, and we've been learning things together, and we've actually been implementing in real life. We've been working on strategies together. We've been looking at certain things that wealthy people do that not everybody knows about, how to protect your assets, how to create tax strategies, how to do things around superannuation. And we've actually been setting that up. So afterwards, I will set a time with you, and happy to do a one-on-one to do an evaluation strategy session to see what you might be able to do in order to start making some improvements, making some changes. And then I can tell you about, and if you want to join, that's fine. If not, that's also completely up to you, no obligation. But I can tell you a little bit more about the club, and would love to have you aboard if it's something that interests you.
All right.
So hopefully that answers the question.
Yes.
Okay, welcome back, Bailey. We kept this card for a little bit because we weren't sure if you wanted to sell these stocks.
Okay, yep.
So we thought we'd wait for you so that you had the opportunity to sell. While you are doing that, Bailey, I'm going to quickly get some water, because I realize that I am talking a lot and my throat has dried out. So it might be good for me to actually get something to drink so that I can keep talking if you have any more questions. Otherwise, I'll be mute.
All right.
Hey. So, have you been able to do everything?
Yep, I sold some.
Okay, perfect. Stay done. I'm going to drink some water to make sure that I can keep talking. They say it's healthy for you. Okay, over to you, Benedict, when you're ready.
I might go for a bit. I've got a funny tummy, so I'm not feeling very well.
All good, but it was great having you so far. And I hope.
Yeah, if I'm feeling a bit better, I'll jump on it soon, but I'll see how I go.
Okay, look after yourself.
Sorry.
Great having you.
Thanks, bye.
Bye-bye. And that brings it back to me. You didn't buy an apartment house in the meantime, did you, Benedict?
No, not really.
No? Okay.
Yep.
That might have been good. Want to make sure I didn't skip it just in case you did buy a nice apartment house. And see if you come up with something good. think it's just waiting for you to pick one of the 5,000 or 6,000 buttons, or is it just not responding to your finger clicking on the button for the moment?
Downside.
Oh no, not again.
Not again.
That happens to me sometimes. I click the button and then it doesn't respond.
Okay.
I think my touchpad doesn't always know that I've actually pressed the button.
I have some fluids on mine. Just
let's have a look how much cash I have. Okay, I'm going to go for a slightly bigger deal this time. I've accumulated a bit of cash by this stage. So I like this one. I'm going to say yes to this one. Let me buy it. I'm going to reduce this slightly. So in real life, this isn't always possible, but I have accumulated a bit of cash, and let's have a look at my indicators. What are they showing? They are showing that my debt is a little bit high. So actually, I think the bank would probably not allow me to do this, but I might be able to get away with giving the amount of money that I do actually have. So I'm going to update that slightly, and I'm going to buy that one. And then that one is done. And then I own that one. I'll need to start saving some money again or sell something. See how we go. Oh dear. Didn't vet them very well.
yeah.
Found some people that are a little bit nasty. A little bit nasty people.
All right.
Okay, see if I can find something good. Widget company buyer. I don't think any of us have any of those. I'm just going to check, but I don't think so. No. I've covered the done button with everybody's face. There we go, done. Ooh, some cheap shares.
Yeah.
Okay, I might need to transfer some money across. Let's have a look. How much do I have? Yeah, I'm going to transfer a bit of money first. So please hold on for a second while I transfer.
No. No.
Okay, almost done. And buy. Okay, I am good to go.
All right.
Appreciate you waiting for me. I'll keep you in mind if there's a good deal. I won't shut you out, promise.
It's all good.
Okay, I'm running a little bit lower on funds by this stage, so I might need to go back to a small deal for a second. But at least I've got some passive income coming in, which is nice. Ooh, I like the sound of this. You find a great deal. Down payment 2,000, monthly cash flow 218. I think I actually have.
Oh, it's a good one.
This is a good one. This is a good one for sure. I might just need to transfer a little bit of money to be able to have enough on the account for it. But I'm willing to transfer some money from my savings account for this one because this is good. So we'll sacrifice some of the savings, but it's something that is.
Let me ask. In this game, why are you going through the trouble of opening many accounts?
So there is a strategy in life which is called the jar system. And it's something that a lot of wealthy people do. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of it before.
No.
So even people who are a little bit less wealthy will have this sometimes. It's called a jar system. Some people have an account for a holiday that they're saving for, or they will have an account for a motorbike or whatever it is that people are saving for. So that's what middle class people do. They will have an account for things that they want to have. Wealthy people will have separate accounts for things that are going to make them money. So some of them have an account for investments. So they'll call it maybe a financial freedom account. They might also have an account for education, for example. So let's say that they are into real estate and they are saving some money to be able to buy real estate, but they're also saving money in order to be able to educate themselves more. So they might use that money to buy books about real estate or to do courses about real estate or to get to know people who are successful with real estate. And so wealthy people will have separate accounts that are meant to help them to make more money more quickly.
Okay.
There are also accounts for charity, for example. So most religions will tell you that you need to donate 10% to charity. Some people just like to donate to charity regardless of whether they're religious or not. And so that's why the possibility exists to have separate accounts. If you would like to also have separate accounts, if you go to, let me see, I think it was preferences, then you can either tick this one, which will automatically tithe, which is another word for donating to charity, donating to a church, or you can do it separately and say, okay, I would like to donate a certain percentage to a savings account, to an investing account, and to a charity account. Now, the other really nice thing about this system, and something that wealthy people understand about this system, is that they will set it up on a separate bank account, and they will give themselves very little access to that bank account so that it automatically transfers so that they forget about it. So all of a sudden you're thinking about it 7-8 months later and you go, oh, that's right, I have that account and I'm supposed to be investing with it. And then you look, and whereas before you would have been investing very little because you never saved any money for it, now all of a sudden maybe you've been putting $100 per month. So now all of a sudden you've got $700. And that would then allow you to be able to buy certain things, stock market related, or property might be a little bit more difficult with 700, but depending on how much you can save, etc., you'd be able to do some saving. So this is the way it works. And yeah, wealthy people know that it's really important to have a certain amount of money that they transfer all the time, that they almost never see, that gets invested, that they never touch, and that they might live off the interest, but they never touch the actual amount that they put into that investing account.
Okay.
So that's, yeah, I'm glad you asked. That's one of the things that you can do. And then I saw that Bailey has returned. So feel free, Bailey, to rejoin the simulator. Let me know if you need the details. I'm happy to send you through the website one more time. So if I remember correctly, I think I bought this property. No, I didn't. I was going to, and then I started to explain the accounts and transferring money, and I never got around to actually buying it. There we go.
I think Bailey wants a link or something.
Yes. Okay.
As you give her the link, you said where do you go to get the different accounts? You said you go to settings and then preferences.
Yes, correct.
Thanks, Menno.
You're welcome. There we go. So you should be able to get in using the top link this time, which will make it a little bit easier. There we go.
Yep, I'm in, and
then do you remember how to join the room as well?
I hope so.
Otherwise, just let us know and we'll help you out. That's all good.
All right, cool. I'm back in.
You are. I can see you right there. Okay, so Benedict, over to you. And then feel free to take your time to set up your accounts if you want to do that. It is a lot of transferring, but it does set you up for the mindset of the idea behind what the wealthy do, which is have bank accounts that money automatically transfers to.
Yeah.
And that's why we have that in the game. That's why it's one of the possibilities.
Do you do like 10% save like wealth and 10% short term?
So I have 10% in real life or in the game?
Both, if you don't mind sharing.
No, of course. So in the game, I have 10% for investing, 10% for savings, and I think it's 5% for charity. In real life, I have an account for education. I have an account for long-term savings. I have an account for financial freedom. I have an account for education. I have an account for entertaining people. So, for example, taking your auntie out to lunch to learn about how she managed to get into buying shopping malls. No. I have an account as well for play. And so this one is for feeling a little bit more wealthy. So with this account, I will buy things that I otherwise wouldn't buy. So, for example, I would maybe save for 2 or 3 weeks and then actually do a helicopter trip or do something that I usually otherwise wouldn't. I actually have a birthday gift that I bought myself, which is an actual flight lesson. So I can go to the airport and actually get in a plane with a real instructor and fly not just a simulator, but a real plane. So that's something that's a little bit out of the ordinary for me. Makes me feel wealthy. and that changes what your brain actually believes about itself. So that's the reason why I have those accounts.
Cool.
There we go. That was something I was going to share at the end, but it came up now, so there we go. Okay, I have sold my shares. Whose turn were we up to? We're up to Bailey's turn. There we go. Sneaky check my bank account. There we go. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
We can buy them back immediately for a cheap price. I am going to buy some of those. Let's have a look. Okay, I am good to go. Thank you.
Benedict, how are you going?
Doing well. It's all good.
All right, done then.
Oh, and then it's me. I'm going to go for a slightly bigger deal. Oh, speaking of shopping malls, let's have a look. I'm not sure what everybody else's cash position is. This one is slightly less interesting to me, but if anybody would like to buy it off me, would anybody be interested?
I'm good, thank you.
Oh,
I'm good, thank you.
Then I will say done. See what else pops up. So hopefully you're getting some good value so far. Your questions have led to me starting to explain some of the things that I was already planning to explain otherwise, but I'll share some more things at the end. But thanks for the great questions. I hope that
no worries. It's been beneficial.
Yay. And I hope that that already adds some benefits and value to coming out today. Actually, did I end up buying one of those? No, I don't think I did. No, I don't have a benefit. Okay, over to you, Bailey.
Sure.
Oh, cappuccino machine.
Why not?
I'm not a fan of coffee, so
I'm actually just there was a special with the pod machine, and you brought $130 worth of pods, and you got a free machine with it.
oh wow.
So yeah.
Life imitates art, and art imitates life.
So true.
So true. Okay. Check how much cash I have to make a decision on which card to go for. Go for one of these. Oh, I like this. The look of this. I like the look of this a lot. So this is down payment 30,000. I sold quite a few shares, so I have a good cash position in that sense. And the income from this is 3,800 after expenses 2,497. So I definitely think I'm going to say yes to this. I have put in the time and the work to get to this position to be able to do this. So I'm going to say yes. And that gets me investing in 4 or more asset classes. So you can see that I've hit one of my milestones, which is really nice. I thought I might have been able to get to passive income greater than expenses with this one, but it increased my, oh, it's just close. So no, I didn't have to borrow any money, so it didn't reduce that. But yeah, it got me close, but not close enough. Just going to check to see what's going on here. Fix it up a little later. So far, so good. So far, so good. Okay, see what Benedict comes up with.
Anyone wants to buy?
Wow. That's pretty good.
Ooh, oh wow. That is very good indeed. Okay, I am going to say thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Okay.
Menno, how many did you buy?
That's a trade secret, but let's just say I bought quite a few. But you can actually see my screen, so nothing is a secret with regards to what
Yeah, I know. It's so small because I'm on like one computer screen, but yeah.
Totally understand, but I do need some privacy in what I'm buying. Otherwise, everybody.
All right. I've just brought.
Everyone is okay? I can press done?
I am
Yep.
good.
Okay.
Let's just say it was quite a significant number.
Maybe I should have gone more, but anyway, it's all good.
There's no right or wrong answer. Sometimes you buy something and then you don't have money for another good deal that comes. So you need to balance it out.
Yeah, true.
Sometimes you go crazy on the shares and then there's this great real estate opportunity and like you have no money. Like, what do I do? Yes, life is a bit of a balance in that sense. The game imitates real life. Same thing happens in real life. People see something, they go a little bit crazy on it, and then, yeah. What can we say?
So what's the go with this one?
So this is very similar. So it's just a different stock. It is $5 per share at the moment. I am going to quickly transfer some money to myself because I don't have that much on the bank account. And then I can.
It says movie buyer fired after third mega flop. Shares sink. Chairman's bonus cancelled. Am I reading it wrong, or is that not a
So in real life, if something really, really bad happens to a company, some people say that you shouldn't buy it because it's a little bit dangerous at that point in time. Other people say it's a bargain. And if the company is likely to go back to being good, then it can be an opportunity. So there are different ways of looking at it. In real life, companies can actually go bankrupt. In this game, currently the way it is, they can't. But that's all I'll say about that.
All right. Okay. I have brought. Let me know.
I've also just finished because I was spending way too much time just explaining everything. But I am good to go, so you can hit done whenever you're ready, Bailey.
All right. Benedict, have you got done?
I'm also okay.
Okay, done.
Perfect. Okay. Running a little bit lower on cash, but life is. Oh no, I'm not. Because my income has gone up dramatically, so I have some cash to spend. So I'm gonna have a look at one more of these big deals, see what I can find. Fourplex for sale, down pay 20,000. So if I transfer my savings account across, I think that I can use my savings for this because this is probably something beneficial. I'm not just blowing my savings, I'm investing them wisely. So let's do that. So this is the only disadvantage of having all of these separate accounts, is that when you need to use them, you need to transfer everything across. So that's the only disadvantage. But I think for me, it's worth the time and the effort to do that. Unless somebody clicks done while you're busy doing that, that can be a little bit annoying, but otherwise it is good. And I am just short, but based on what I have achieved in the game, I am hoping, and we would find out in the new version would actually say whether I have a good credit score or not. We will have to wait for the new version for that. But for now, I will say that I will put every single dollar and cent that I have into that deal. And that, yeah, I could show that I have quite a lot of assets to back me up because I already have 2 other properties and a laundromat business. So I think that the bank will back me up on this one.
Cool.
Actually, I can have a look at performance. And most of my ratios are okay. 2 of them are a little bit out of whack, but we can fix it up a little bit later. But yeah, I do have a lot of assets. So I think even with everything slightly out of whack, the bank will be okay with me. And if not, I'll find out in the new version because we're going to actually use the criteria that the bank really uses as much as we can in order to be able to determine.
Oh, that's cool.
borrow money or whether you can reduce your down payment or not. Ooh, somebody's got a gold coin. Same one that I got. Actually. My expenses have gone up slightly.
I don't have the money. I don't have the money for this. Let me see. Can I sell it? Where did I see sell?
So there should be a button at the bottom. Sell this card to another player. I'd be happy to pay you 200 for that one. So I can transfer you 200 if you'd be happy with that.
Yeah, sell card.
Okie dokie. Then let me pay player. So you can actually verify that I'm doing it. Usually you
Select
can't
the player.
see my screen. You can see what I'm doing. So you can see that I'm officially.
That's a very nice trick. You buy something for cheap.
Oh, 1 second. I'll need to transfer more money. I don't have enough money, but I do have enough money.
I'm confused. You're buying it for 2,000, but it's saying the cost and the down payment is 1,000.
Yep.
Correct. So that means that
Sort of like a finder's fee.
Yes, correct. So I'm just transferring. Oh, hang on a minute. I can't transfer from my checking account to my checking account, but I can do it this way.
So you're just being nice, Menno?
No. So I obviously want to make sure that I can buy it, and Benedict is entitled to sell it to me for a certain price because he only has access to it. I don't. So I am able to do it in a way that I can give him something in return for it.
Oh, okay. Yep, cool.
Yes, as I said, this is the only thing that is annoying about having all of these separate accounts. I need to literally keep transferring across and across and across. So now I can pay you 200, and then I'll borrow the 1,000 to actually buy the coin. I definitely am good for it. I just need to get my first paycheck and it will cover it, so I don't actually pay any interest on the loan. So I can borrow automatically, so I can go straight in and borrow $1,000 while I'm still on the buying page, so I don't have to leave the buying page. So I'm going to buy one of those, and done. And next payday I will receive, let's have a look, 3,904. So that is enough to be able to compensate for the borrowing. So I'll most probably be able to repay it before my first interest payment actually comes through. But obviously, in Benedict's situation, if he doesn't have as much cash or as many assets to back him, then it might not be as prudent as for me. I do have a little bit more backing me for that. Some people feel a little bit more risk averse. So even if they do have the backing, they might not want to do it. And so we're all a little bit different. Some of us are more risk inclined, some of us a little bit less. I definitely fit into the category of slightly more risk inclined.
Yeah. All right. So I've selected a card, and yeah, does it say that I can get $100,000?
So if you press the sell button, you'll be able to see whether that one applies to you. I don't think I've seen any software companies that.
No.
So unfortunately not, otherwise that would have been amazing. But you do need to have it to be able to sell it. So unfortunately, if you don't have it,
True.
that's not going to work.
Yeah, cool. Oh, for crying out loud. So I've just started with a new company. Everything's done by text message, shifts, etc. And I just got a message saying that my shifts have been cancelled for the next 2 days.
Oh, that's less good.
Oh, frustrating.
Less fun for sure.
Oh, anyway.
Have to do more cash flow in real life.
I'm actually, funny thing, I'm actually having the same sort of challenge right now. All my shifts for this week were cancelled.
Oh, wow. That might explain why there is so much downsizing going on in the game today.
Yeah.
I've actually just signed up I've got a medical tomorrow morning, so I can start doing Uber driving at night time as well.
Oh, that'll be good.
Yeah, Uber delivery, the pay is pretty good, so yeah.
Very good.
If I'm between work and that kind of thing, I can get money when I need it. So that would be good.
Yes, that is very good. And in the meantime, in the game, I sponsored a child, and I'm looking forward to seeing how I can help you both in a real life with some of those challenges. But for now, let's focus in on the game so that we can learn more about how the game works, so that we can then implement it in real life, so that there are less challenges and we don't have to worry so much about shifts being cancelled or not.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Oh, I like to hear that too. Oh, so that's condo. I think I bought one of those.
I don't have this.
No, I don't either. Not sure if Bailey bought one, so you can check if you want to, if you have one. I remember one fast, but I can't remember if you bought it or not.
All right, so I do have a condo.
But you'll need to see how much your mortgage is, because you get the 45,000, then you have to pay off the mortgage. So you'll need to see whether it's a good price or not. Because if your mortgage is more than 45,000, you will lose money on the deal. You might need to wait till the market gets a little bit better. But if it's less than 45,000, you could make a little bit of a profit. But depending on how long you've owned it, you might pay more or less capital gains tax. So you might need to have.
All right, so my condo is 50,000, and my loan is 44,000.
So that means that if you would sell it, you'd get 1,000 profit, but you'd need to have a look at how long you've owned it. So all the way at the bottom, you can see all the way on the right. So you can see that here on mine. So I'm just highlighting one of the months here. You can see how you've owned them. And so you need to find condo. And if it's less than 12 months, you pay more capital gains tax if you've owned it for 12 months. 11
months in possession, so no.
So then, yeah, it's only 1,000, so it's not a very high profit. So you might think about maybe selling later. You can sell now if you want to, but there won't be a lot left over of your $1,000 when you're finished.
No, I will just keep it for now.
That sounds prudent to me. Sounds like that is probably the best decision. Okay, so I think
I'll press done.
All done with that one, yes.
Bailey, okay.
Yes, back to you, Bailey. Oh, another certificate of deposit. And I think it's the same as the last one. So it's also 4.8%.
So because I've got one, I'm thinking of passing on this opportunity.
Okay, it's completely up to you. No pressure from me.
Oh, actually,
whatever you think is right.
No, I will not. Okay, done.
So probably 90% of the time, there's no right or wrong answer. It's going to depend on your circumstances. So it's whatever you decide. And I'm going to go back to small deals. I need to get some more cash in the accounts. So payday is nice. And what do we have here? We've got onto entertainment for $20, which is not the highest it's been. I'm just going to have a look at how long I've owned them. Not very long, so I will wait till something better comes along. So I am good. So unless anybody tells me to stop, I'm going to hit done. And there we go. Nobody stopped me, so I hit done. Da, 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 da.
I don't have this. So I think we'll just press done. I don't think anybody else has it.
No, I didn't get one. So I think I didn't see it. I think I saw something else. Shopping mall. I almost got a shopping mall. I thought it was a bed and breakfast.
Where did you go to check?
So if you click the sell button will tell you what you have and whether it's if you have the correct one associated with that one. So unless you have it, say no assets.
Okay.
And then we're ready for your turn, Bailey, whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure what. I don't think I can do anything.
So you can have a look inside Cell to see if you actually own one. So I do.
Yep.
I'm not sure if you bought a 3-2 or only a 2-1, but you can check. I bought one, but I only owned it for 2 months, and it's bringing me quite a good cash flow. So I'm probably going to hold on to it unless I need cash later when I've had it for a bit longer.
Yep.
Then you'll need to check for yourself if you've got one and whether it's relevant for you and whether it's better to sell or not. But it sounds like you don't have one, so then there's nothing to worry about in the first place. Then there is nothing to worry about in the first place. And then that brings it back to me. Can I check my cash position? I wouldn't mind selling some more shares. I have a bit more cash again. So I got a payday, which is nice. And we got some more shares. I'm going to buy some. Actually playing very conservatively today. But I would do that for once. I usually play a little bit more rough and tough. So I am done. I'm going to hit done unless somebody requests I don't yet. But hopefully you've all done what you want to with that one. So I did not hear anybody say anything. So
Sorry, I will quickly buy. Sorry, works take. No. Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, I apologize. I did suggest, but that's okay.
No, it's good. I'm sorry. Well, like work's texting me at the same time, and they only communicate via text. So
all good.
frustrating.
Yes.
Okay, select card. I always get these deals. Okay. No. Oh, I can sell.
Yes, you can. So I am thinking of selling some of mine. Just gonna have a look at which ones. Let's sell this one. Oh, why do I have one that I own one of? That is insanity. Then in that case, I'm going to sell that one. And then I think I accidentally bought only one of that one, so I'll sell that one too. So you can also block it off. So if somebody has shares and you want to sell them, if you click on the sell button, then even if they click done, you can still complete your transaction. As long as you don't leave that page, you can then still complete your transaction. And
okay. Let me just sell.
I am good though, so I am ready.
All right, Benedict, are you done?
Just a minute. Just a minute.
Sure.
Done.
Cool.
Okay. Quickly check my balance, see what I've got. And widget company buyer and payday. Gonna check. I don't have one of those, so that doesn't affect me. If you do, feel free to sell it. But I have nothing else.
No, I don't.
I'm gonna say done. So I will say done. Ooh. Somebody who I know likes property has found a property.
Ooh, I don't think I like this.
No, you don't have to buy it. But I would potentially.
What happens when the ROI is below 50%?
Sorry?
That's a bad thing, right?
If the ROI,
ROI. The ROI, if
Yes.
it's less than 50%, what percent is good and what percent is bad?
So in real life, in Sydney, you'd be lucky to find anything that has a positive ROI to start off with.
Okay.
If you are looking at other states, you might be able to find something that has 2 or 3% ROI. If you're thinking that something is extremely good, you might find something that has 4 or 5, maybe 6% ROI. This is obviously the games,
Really good.
slightly higher returns on investment. And the reason for that is because that's what property was like in the 1990s in America, which is what these prices are based on. But yes, in real life, you'd be really struggling in Australia, especially to find something with a return on investment like this. So it's going to depend on whether you want to look at it from the point of view of whether it's good compared to real life, or whether you want to compare it to other properties in the game. In the game, there are definitely properties that have a higher ROI, but this is probably not one of the worst ROIs. Definitely not the worst. But it's up to you whether you want to save your money for something with a higher ROI, or whether you think that you want to start getting into property and that this is a good one to get into.
Live and learn. Why not?
Because I prefer not to give you the answer or tell you what I would do, but that should help you out to make a decision that's going to allow you to learn and grow on your own.
Yep. I've just bought it.
Beautiful.
Yay!
And that brings it back to me. Okay, check my cash position. I'm going to check one of these, see what I can find. Ooh, this time there's a bed and breakfast. Cash flow 997, ROI 39.9%. I'm not sure if anybody else has a lot of cash. I actually have enough to buy it.
What is an LVR?
Is loan to value ratio. So that shows how much I have loaned compared to the total valuation. So in this case, the loan is 120 and the cost is 150, which means that I'm borrowing 80%. So that means I'm putting in 20% as a down payment, and 80% is what I'm borrowing from the bank. So I am thinking that unless I had some more money, this would be a good deal for me. So if somebody would like to buy it, feel free to make me an offer. But I'm going to see if I can find something else before I take a deal like this for the next one. So unless somebody makes an offer,
I'm good, thanks.
No, it's okay.
I will get done. Just want to make sure that I am as fair as possible and I don't exclude anybody from a potential good deal.
Thanks, Menno.
And still no shopping malls that I have. I don't think I've seen anybody buy one. I've seen it come past a couple of times.
So press done. All good?
Yes, I am good, but thank you.
All right.
I've seen a rate somewhere. What is it?
I can't do anything. Okay. Menno, can you do anything?
I don't, so I am good, but thank you for asking and checking.
Benedict?
No, it's all good.
All right, cool. Menno.
Okay, see what I come up with. So I don't have a condo. If you have a condo, please feel free to hit sell if you want to. Otherwise, I'm going to hit done because I don't have one. So since I haven't heard anything, I'm going to hit done. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Oh, do I have a
No,
child?
thanks.
So this is the chance to sponsor a child. So this costs $40 per month. It's up to you if you want to or not. It's not compulsory. It's optional. If you feel that you're in the position where you want to sponsor a child and you have the money to do so, you can. If not,
Done
you don't have to. And Bailey, when you are ready.
Yep, sorry. Okay.
Nothing to be sorry about. Everything is good.
Oh, down payment is only 2,500.
Yes. This one is quite affordable by the looks of it. I'm not sure what your financial position is, how you are doing, but this one is affordable by property standards in the game.
I have brought. Done.
Oh, sounds like somebody. Oh, and we've already completed everything I wanted to do with that one. See what I get. Is everybody enjoying and learning a lot so far today?
Yep.
Yes.
That is good. We aim to please. Oh, here we go. Bed and breakfast. Okay, I actually have a little bit more money this time. I think that I might do it. Here we go. I'm going to buy this one. I will need to transfer a little bit of money. Actually, I can do it the other way around. I have a lot of assets to back me up, so my assumption is that I will definitely get the bank to agree to that. And I am now the proud owner of a bed and breakfast. And where am I up to? Oh, my total expenses are 8,433. My passive income is 8,070. So I only 400 more. Very exciting. So not out of the rat race yet, but getting close. Hopefully the two of you are as well. But remember, if you haven't played very often, I've been playing this game for 13 years. So don't compare yourself to what I am doing. I've done it a few more times than that. Maybe 2 or 3 times more than you've played. Actually, I used to play.
So work might call me, so I will still play, but I might have to go mute for like 5 or 10 minutes or something.
No, that's okay, as long as you keep an eye on it so that you can hit done so that we don't get stuck, but otherwise, all good, of course.
Cool, thank you.
Otherwise, we'll have a bit of a lonely game.
Yeah, no. I will definitely still be participating and updating it in chat, but I just have to take this call.
No, all good.
But hey, it's on their time schedule, so yeah.
Good, all good. I like to make a joke sometimes.
Yeah, all good.
And so just your turn first, Bailey, if you want to go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, all right.
What kind of music do you like listening to? What are you buying?
Probably some indie pop.
Oh, which band?
I've been listening to I don't know, I listen to heaps of random stuff. At the moment I'm listening to Sandy Tom. I don't know if you've heard of her. She was kind of like a one-hit wonder or something. Yeah, and I love things from the 90s and early 2000s. Yeah.
And now you managed, well, not CDs, but maybe you managed to get some live streams.
Yeah, through like Spotify and stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, done. Sorry. Minnow, you're up.
Yes, thank you.
So many clicks to go through.
It's all good. And payday for me, so nice and quick and easy one. Check my bank balance, see how I'm doing. Okay. Oh, this one looks nice. Are you in a position to buy it, or would you like to potentially sell it to me?
All Alright, so if I was to sell it to you, how much do I have to give you?
You're in the market for it as well, Bailey.
Yes.
Ooh. So we could do
So I will. I possibly would have to give.
And I could send a private chat to you, Benedict, and let you know how much I would offer, and Bailey could do the same. But if you want to buy it yourself, of course, you don't have to accept any offers from anybody if you don't want to. I can see the cogwheels in Benedict's mind's working like double time, and I can see steam coming out of his ears. Calculating whether to do it or not to do it.
Why not? Let me buy it.
Okay.
Yep.
So sorry, Benedict, did you buy that?
Yeah, it's killing me.
Yay. Well done.
Oh my goodness.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
Pay salary and pay expenses. Okay, done.
Yay. Okay, let's see what I come up with. Nothing yet. Check the bank balance. I'm going to go for one of these first. See what's in there. Ooh, okay for you, drug company. $40. Let's see how many of those I still have and how many I. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to say done. Hopefully everybody has made a little bit of moolah.
Yeah.
Let me know if you need me to wait before I hit done. Otherwise, I'm going to hit done. But
all good.
Potentially, that would be a good one to maybe have sold. Maybe.
Yep.
Check my balance one more time. Okay. Ooh.
I like it.
Yes. $5 for this one, huh? Let's have a look.
So sorry, how do I check my bank balance?
So it's at the bottom of the page. I'm not on that page right now. But if you go down, do you remember where your bank accounts were?
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
You found it? Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so I've got like cash X amount. But like how do I find out like how much I just made from that sale kind of thing?
So if you go to your cash ledger, so I'll show you on mine because mine will show it.
Yeah.
You go all the way to the bottom. So you'll see I sold my OK for you 400 for 16,000 and I paid 2,220 capital gains tax. And then I sold it for 150 for 6,000 and I paid 832.50 capital gains tax. And in this case, I owned both of them more than 12 months. So my tax would have been higher if I sold them earlier. But in this case, I got the lower tax rate, which was really nice.
All right. So I've been playing like really safe.
Yes.
Like I only buying like the amount I brought is like 20.
There's no
but it's a good learning curve.
Don't worry about what I'm doing. As I said, I've been playing this game for over 13 years now, and I used to play 3 or 4 times a week sometimes. So whatever I do and what you do doesn't have to be the same. There's no right or wrong answer, so don't worry about a thing.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but like as I'm going along, I'm learning how to play this game more, and obviously having experience in life design as well. Like, yeah.
Yep.
There is another report, sales asset, you can see on the sales report. Sales, you can see what you sold.
So on my page, you can see reports at the top, and then if you go to sales.
Okay, yeah.
I slipped off it, and then you type on sales asset. You can see everything that you've sold throughout the game. You can also everything that you bought throughout the game, and all of the doodads that you had. That one's always fun to see. Oh, I only have one. Wow. I usually have more than that. So you can see different things in there. We might go through some of them in just a moment as well. And then Benedict got some. Oh, wow, even more shares. Buy some. Spending all of my money on shares today. Just a shares fiesta. Shares fiesta.
Oh, this is me.
Yes. So feel free to hit done whenever you're ready.
All right.
All good. Ooh, do I have an apartment house? Do I have an apartment house? No, I do not. So that one doesn't help me out at all. But
Nope, I can't do a thing.
thanks for pulling up the card though anyway, Bailey.
My pleasure. I can't believe in this game I'm a lawyer. Like, yeah, definitely not. I'll never be a lawyer, but anyway.
Don't have to be, so that's all fine. What have I got? What have I got? Ooh, 3-2, 110,000 for a 3-2. And I have one of those. How much cash do I have? It's getting me some good cash flow though. So I might just hold on to that one still for now.
Hang on a minute. I'm just seeing if I can.
No, of course, take your time.
No. Not worth it.
No, all good. Then I am going to hit done. Okay, see what. Oh, I always like it when the card says you find a great deal.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. I think I know what's going on in the background. I think Bailey does too.
Oh. Yeah, I think I'm going that way.
My turn.
Ooh, I still think no land has come past.
No.
I've seen it.
Can you do anything, Benedict?
No.
Nope. Alrighty, done.
And that brings it back to me. And it took me 3 turns to click again. I didn't just want to be difficult. Okay, I'm going to go for one more of these, and then hopefully I get to sell something or buy something that gives me some good cash flow. I will actually buy this one. I was hoping for something that would be a little bit more, a bit bigger, but that's okay. I am not going to complain about things that are a little bit smaller. Everything that helps, helps. Actually, once I've bought this one, I'm getting very close to being out of the rat race. 8,300 passive income, 8,600 expenses. So only 300 more. Getting close, getting close. And then Benedict, over to you.
Oh.
Second Bob.
The baby.
Yay, payday. Excuse me.
Yay, that's always good. Some people complain about paydays. They're like, oh, nothing happened. I couldn't buy anything. But money is money. I'll take the money.
Hey, positive attitude.
Yes, positive attitude.
Ooh.
Ooh. Bit of a mid-range though.
Yeah. Mm. No. Done?
I am good, yes.
Yeah.
Benedict?
Yeah, I'm all good.
All right. Menno, you go.
Yes. Just thinking of something I was going to share, but that's all good. Quickly check my bank accounts. And I'm going to go for a bigger one this time. See what we can find. Oh, I have 2 4-plexes, but luckily no 8-plex, so I don't have to worry about the 2,000 for that one. So very lucky I got away with that one. So over to you, Benedict. Ooh.
You're getting all the good deals that I could possibly get.
A couple of times. Are you taking it or are you not taking it? Because I would be very happy to offer you some money to buy this one if you would be willing to sell. But if you're buying yourself, that's also okay.
Yep.
All right, so there's no cash flow in it. So what's the, I guess, advantages and disadvantages, Menno?
Sorry?
Okay.
So there's no cash flow.
So do you remember the card came past and you could sell it for probably a significant amount of money more? So right now it would cost 20,000, but you don't know when the card will come, so it won't give you any income in the meantime.
Right. Yep. I get it. Yep. Oh, car wash buyer.
Ooh, but I don't think anybody has one, unfortunately. Don't remember this one past. So that's not going to help anybody.
All right, done.
Yay. And that's back to me. Okay, we'll have one more turn each, and then we'll start doing a bit of debrief, and we'll talk a little bit about property, because I want to make it relevant to what you want to get out of it. So I'll have a talk about some of the property things to start off with, and then also the Australian market, if that sounds good. And we'll also have a chat about what you got from the game itself and what you learned, and if you have any questions around it. And
yeah, cool.
we're going to go out with a bang. I'm going to go for a big one. See what we can find.
Sounds good.
Oh wow! I went out with.
Whoa!
I went out with a not so happy bang. Okay, I'll pay the 1,000 for that one. Oh well. I got.
At times it's like that.
Benedict, your last turn is a payday. Sometimes the last
one's going to be.
Sometimes it's very lethargic. That last one. Oh, Bailey got a good one on the last one though. So remember, it's the last turn, so you can do something crazy, and it doesn't really matter what you do. You can see how much it improves your position or worsens your position. But yeah, if you want to see for real life, if you want to make a decision based on whether it is actually a good idea or not, then feel free to do that. Whatever you decide. Remember, it's just.
Yeah, I got logged out.
You just got logged out?
Yeah, I tried to buy it and then it froze on me.
Oh, because I can see you still logged in.
Hey, man, I'm starting it again. Okay, cool.
Yep, still there?
Bye. Done. All right, done.
Okay. So, we'll leave it at that position because I said we'll do one more turn each. So that was one more turn each. It's already 8:30, and I want to make sure that we finish on time by 9 o'clock so that everybody can still do whatever you need to do. For you, it's a little bit earlier, but here it is 9 p.m. So, first of all, I would like to ask whether you have any questions, if there's anything you noticed, anything that you would like to ask, so that I can, first of all, clear the space of any questions and clear things up. And then I'll tell you a little bit about some of the things that I noticed as you were playing. And then I'll tell you a little bit about some of the things that you wanted to know about property. So first of all, any questions you'd like to ask based on anything that you noticed or anything that you're unsure of throughout the game?
There's something that came up that is a rate. I don't know what that is.
I know that there are a few of them, so I'm not sure which one exactly you mean. So that's going to be difficult to answer without knowing exactly which one you mean.
I think it was an apartment with rates. I just took a note of it and then thought I'll ask later.
See. Just wondering whether I should pull out one of my games from the office and go through the apartment cards to see if I can find that card. Would you like me to do that? Would you like me to go and see if I can find one of the packs of cards and go through it?
Yep.
Yes. Okay, then I'll be back in 2 seconds. Let's see if I can find those. Okay, so I have a copy of the game here. So let me pull out the cards and I'll see if I can find the apartment. Oh, and it's not inside the box because I used them for a demonstration. Give me one more second. Oh, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I used them for a demonstration in a video that I made, and they fell down behind the cupboard, but I managed to retrieve them. Here we go. So I'll see if I can find the apartment card. See if I can get the right pile. So I have a cupboard, and I put them on the cupboard. When I picked them up, they slipped out of my fingers and fell in between the cupboard. But I was able to retrieve them.
Well done, Minnow.
Thank you. That was a lot of fun. I had to go fishing behind the cupboard. Okay, so far I found everything except for the apartment house, but now I found one, which is good. Okay, here we go. So one of the apartment card says, apartment house for sale, 12-unit apartment house offered by out-of-state heirs of a handyman owner. Highly desirable location with a long waiting list for apartment units at this location. Use your sold for sale to another player. Cost 350,000. Down payment 50,000. Mortgage 300,000. Cash flow 3,000. And this card is from the new set, so this one doesn't actually show the rest of the information. But usually, what it has is ROI, which is the return on investment. It shouldn't have anything about a rate. I think it might say that it has no dividends. No, it wouldn't say that on this card. But the information that it would have is that it is going to have a certain return on investment. Is that what you were asking about? Or did you think you saw something else on that card that did say something about a rate?
Benedict, are you frozen?
I froze?
Oh no, okay. Maybe not.
No, or otherwise, Milana, do you have access to the cards from the game itself? Because the new version doesn't have the same information as what Benedict was asking about.
I'm saying I just wanted general information about it. I think we'll do more research about it.
What information are you looking for?
No, I'm saying what it is about, what it actually entails. Like,
what is an apartment?
No, what is a rate?
The rate.
What rate?
REIT.
What rate?
REIT, yes.
Yes. So that is a real estate investment trust, and that is a way in which you can invest into something in smaller parts. It's more of an American thing, but now it's also available in Australia. It is a way of being able to buy a property in the same way that you can buy smaller portions of stocks. So you could have, for example, 4 or 5 people that get together. Everybody puts in 20,000 or even smaller amounts. A lot of rates actually have starting balances at around 2,000 to 5,000, so that you can invest. And then that company takes all of that money and accumulates it and uses that to buy property on behalf of all the investors. So if they use all 2,000 of my investing amount, then I would get the percentage of my investment as opposed to the actual investment return. So let's say that I put in 10% of the down payment of that property, then I would get 10% of the cash flow that property pays out.
Oh, okay.
So it is a great way for you to be able to get started in real estate, because generally in real estate, if you're going to buy a full property, then you would need to buy, the full thing. You need to pay the full down payment. You would need to pay the mortgage fully. You'd need to do everything. And if you don't have enough down payment, then you are completely excluded from being able to buy that property. But if you do it this way, that company is going to find properties, so you can invest your money with them. And obviously, if you don't have enough to buy a full property, they will take some of that money and put it into a property so that you can still invest in property, but without the full capital expenditure for the full amount of money that you would otherwise need to have for a property.
Okay.
So it's a little bit like shares in a certain sense, because shares you don't buy the full company, you just buy a little bit of the company. And it's a great way to be able to get into real estate and increase the amount of cash that you have while you are saving up for your own deposit for a property that you own independently in that sense. Okay, hopefully that answers the question.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Were there any other questions before I start talking about what I noticed while you were playing, and also talk about the property market in Australia?
Questions for me?
No?
I'm all good.
Okay, perfect. So there is a section where I would be able to have a look at what you actually did throughout the game. And I was only paying attention to what I noticed throughout the game just from observing. So from that point of view, Bailey, I noticed that you've played before, and I know that you've played at Life Design, which is a course where you actually
No, I never played at Life Design, unfortunately.
Okay. That's okay. I thought you did, but then I was very busy and I had.
Yeah, I actually had a meltdown that night. So yeah,
That's okay.
I am going back. It's on the cards. So yeah.
All good, all good. So what I would say then is that you remembered a lot from the first time that you played here with us. So you did really, really well. And I saw that you were taking opportunities and you were asking the questions you needed to ask. And you were able to understand the concepts, which was really good. And you were able to, yeah, grasp everything and then start implementing, which is always really good. And I'm looking forward to seeing you actually starting to do more of that in real life as well, which I know that you're already doing because of a lot of the things that you've been learning.
Yeah.
Keep that up because a lot of people, when they play the first time, they will freeze a little bit and they will not take any implementation at all. They will be very, very cautious. You're a little bit cautious with your stocks. So
yeah, I learned afterwards. Like, oh, okay, yeah.
So you probably saw what I was doing and that there was a bit of a different result that I was getting from that. So that's completely fine. But it's good to see you actually going out and implementing and not really worrying because really it's just play money. So everything that we're doing in the game here is not going to affect your real life in any way. You could do crazy things and go bankrupt and you'd learn that that's probably not the right thing to do. And you can play a little bit more conservatively and realize that you're doing something that is going to protect you from getting into trouble. So that's all really good. So I'd love to see you coming back on a more regular basis and well done for
I'd love to.
Amazing things that you did in the game. And let's see what you can do to take what you learned from today in order to be able to continue to improve and then take it into real life. So well done from me.
Cool. Thanks, Menno.
You're welcome. And Benedict, I also love that you grasped the concepts really, really quickly. You were a very quiet achiever. So you were in the background doing lots of different things. And I noticed that you were not always able to buy some of the bigger deals, but you were considering them. And you were definitely in the position to be able to do a couple of bigger things at certain stages. So I could tell that your cash reserves were fluctuating. One of the things that impressed me the most was that you said that you really wanted to know more about not about shares, about property. And at first you seemed very hesitant to get into shares, but you figured out very quickly that if you wanted to buy property, one, the property opportunities weren't really coming up at the beginning of the game. So you did actually get into shares, which gave you a little bit more capital to actually start investing into property when property came up. Because very often what happens is if you don't start investing into shares, then the amount of money that you just collect from paychecks is not going to accumulate quickly enough. Plus, you're going to have doodads and different other expenses come up, which prevent you from having enough to be able to buy property. Sometimes it does work, sometimes it doesn't. But you figured that out really quickly, which was really amazing. So I was also very impressed, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you do starting to go out into real life with all of this information. So that's been really good. Vladan, is there anything you would like to share as well before I start talking about the Australian market and getting into property and answering some questions around that? Because that's what everybody wanted to know about the most. Is there anything you'd like to add as well?
Just to be open mind on various different asset classes, not just to have one real estate and be stuck in real estate. Because teaching is to diversify across different asset classes, not to have one asset class. You have, let's say, 2-3 properties and that's it. You think that you're an investor, you are not. People who have hundreds and hundreds of properties, they could call themselves investors, not just a few of them. And not to have all eggs in one basket, just to be open to other asset classes, as Benny to try to do with shares. And the shares are important to understand, to move to B quadrant for businesses that will come up later on. So look at the asset classes.
Absolutely. So Mladen mentioned something, and then I thought I would share something about it, and then you mentioned something else, and then I lost track of it. Which is okay. That doesn't really matter. If I think of it, I will share something around it. But
I mentioned business B quadrant.
Yes, I think it was just before that though.
be open for asset classes because it's be open to shares, because there is another side of it if you want to build businesses.
Yes,
Very
definitely.
important for business to raise money.
Definitely, everybody was doing that, which was really, really good. That's okay. It will come when it comes.
Okay.
I think the most important thing everybody wanted to have a chat about was property, because I think I've got two property enthusiasts with us tonight. So the things that I wanted to share based off of the questions that you asked, or the things that you said that you'd like to know the most. The first thing is getting started in property. So I'm glad that the rates actually came up, because it's something that I want to share with people that want to get into property and who are mainly interested in property. Because the thing that you enjoy the most is the thing that you're going to be most excited by. And the things that you're most excited by are the things that you're most likely to actually start pursuing. So if you're not into shares very much, then it's going to be very boring learning about them, studying them, implementing them. So you really want to find the thing that excites you the most. But real estate is really one of those things where you need a bit of capital to be able to get started, and especially with the new APRA rules. I'm not sure if either of you have heard that APRA actually changed the rules with regards to property. So they already tightened the amount of money that you need to have, as a down payment a couple of years ago. So instead of being able to have a 5% deposit, you absolutely needed to have a 10% deposit unless you fit outside of the rules. But they also recently, and this has been very annoying for a lot of people that recently qualified for a loan. One of the rules is that, let's say that currently the interest rate is 2%. So if the interest rate is 2%, and I'm just using a round number to make it a little bit easier, then to qualify for the loan, you need to obviously have enough income, but you also need to have enough income not just to service the loan at the 2% rate, but also to add another 2.5% interest rate to it. So instead of only 2%, you need to have enough income to also pay an interest rate of 4.5%. So 2.5% more than the current rate. Does that make sense to everybody?
Is that because it's like probably going to go up?
So it's already been going up, but the bank always wants to make sure that it doesn't lose money. So they need to make sure that even if interest rates go up, that you can still pay for your mortgage, because otherwise you're going to have too many people that can't pay their mortgages, and then the banks lose money. So they're going to make sure that they make their money back. But the rules recently changed. Instead of only 2.5%, it's actually been increased to 3%. So a lot of people who qualified for a loan, but only just qualified for a loan, were just recently rejected because the rule is that it now needs to be 3%. So that's the first thing that I wanted to share. The second is that for this, because the rules have changed, you need to have a very big down payment. You need to make sure that your income is high enough to be able to sustain that mortgage even at a higher rate. But the thing to get started is that you need some capital. Now, there's a couple of ways in which you can do this. One is that you get into the stock market in order to be able to buy some shares, in order to increase the amount of money that you have, so that you don't just save on a normal trajectory. So you're not just saving a part of your income and losing it to inflation, because as you might both know, inflation is very high at the moment. So that devalues the amount of money that you have. So even if you put it on the bank, it is going to be devaluing quicker than the amount of interest that the bank is giving you. So it's really important that you find something that's going to increase it. Now, that could be shares if you are interested in shares. If you're not interested in shares, it's going to be very difficult. You could end up losing money because you're not interested, you're not taking the time to study, you're not really excited about it. So you're not going to take the time to actually learn it properly. But this is why I was so happy with the question about the rate, because for people who are excited about real estate but don't have enough capital, you can actually take small amounts of capital. So even if you only have 2,000, there's actually one in Australia that I haven't been able to find anymore, where you can invest with 500. But let's say that you have 2,000, you can put that into a rate, and the return is probably a little bit less than the stock market if you are getting a good return on the stock market, but you can get a return on the small amount of money that you otherwise wouldn't, in order to be able to grow your down payment quicker, in order to be able to have money for your deposit quicker than somebody who is only putting their money in the bank, especially in times like this where there is high inflation, so that you're actually beating inflation, so that you are actually still accumulating money for that property. So that's the first thing. That's what I wanted to answer more for you, Bailey, so that you're on the trajectory to getting started. And then
Thank you.
Benedict, hopefully that's helpful to you as well. I'm not sure where you're at with regards to your investment journey, but that's something that you might like to look into, and I can help you with that because I've actually found a number of them, and I want to refine that one that you can invest with 500 because I think that's going to be very, very beneficial for maybe not you. You might have a little bit more, but if not, that's very beneficial for anybody that doesn't have as much in savings in order to just build that mindset to get started.
Yep.
So, for example, we were talking about those different bank accounts. One thing that a lot of people think is that they saw that I had 10% for one, 10% for another, and 5% for another. So that would already be 25% of my income. Now, most people can only survive off 100% of their income. So they can't save anything at all. Some people can only survive on maybe 90% of their income. They can save 10%, but saving more than 10%, unless you have a super high income, is a real struggle. But even people with a super high income are going to struggle because very often when you have a high income, you also automatically want to live larger, so you buy things that you don't really need, and you live a luxurious lifestyle. So you need to have the nice car, the nice house, all of these different kinds of things. So you can also start small with that. So you can say, okay, I don't have 10% for my savings. I don't have 10% to also then add into my investment account. I don't have 5% to put into my charity. So you can start by tricking your mind by starting very, very small. You can say, okay, I'm going to put $1 into each of them. So I'm going to save $1 per week for my charity. I'm going to save $1 per week for savings. I'm going to save $1 per week for my investment account. Now, it doesn't seem like a lot, but by getting started, it gets you into the mindset that it is possible. And then from there, your mind says, well, if that's possible, maybe a little bit more is possible. And then you might get a raise. And instead of spending that money, you can then take that increase in your income and put it into those different bank accounts. So that's towards getting started and being able to save towards that property. The next thing that I wanted to share is the different states and what I learned about property prices in different parts of Australia. So according to the chief economist who ends up going on TV on Channel 9, he was at a seminar that I was at not long ago. They were spruiking property up in Queensland. My partner and I went along. We got the flights paid for in order to be able to go and see these different properties. And he was up on stage and he was talking about the different states. And he was talking about the fact that in Sydney, the market is really getting close to its peak. So prices are still very high. It's slowed down slightly, but prices are really very high. It's difficult to make any kind of rental yield. So the cost of actually owning that property is so high that it's very difficult to actually make a passive income from it. But it is still possible to make a capital gain because the prices were still increasing. So it's slowed down a little bit. So Sydney is probably not the ideal market, especially not for somebody that's starting out. But if you're in the right position, it can still have its advantages. And essentially, you can make money in any market. But you need to know what you're doing. You need to find the right properties and you need to do it in the right way. If we're looking at Queensland and Melbourne, Queensland is still growing quite a lot. Melbourne is still growing, but it's a little bit more like Sydney and it's a little bit slower already. And the reason is because Sydney and Melbourne are the largest cities. They are the most invested cities. And so they are both reaching the end of their property clock, as it's called. And they are both getting a little bit slower. So it's more difficult to actually get good returns from them. So the two really big growth areas in that sense are actually Adelaide and Perth. However, there are some disadvantages to those as well. So Queensland and Melbourne are both slowing down a little bit. Queensland a little bit less. So there's probably a little bit more opportunity still in Queensland. Prices are still going up in Queensland. But if you're looking for something that's even more affordable and growing less fast, but might continue to grow for a number of years, then you'd probably be looking at Adelaide or Perth. So Perth generally is a little bit of the quiet achiever at the moment because there's no resources boom, but people are starting to move back into Perth. People are seeing it as a potential space where it's currently less crowded, less developed, and less people are investing. So they see it as the beginning of a new wave. So a lot of people are already going to Queensland. A lot of people are already going to Adelaide, but less so in Perth. So obviously this isn't advice. This is just what I've heard from somebody else. So you'd be able to find this kind of information. I'm not qualified to give advice. I don't have a license to be able to give advice. But I would recommend that you can think about this and do some more research yourself. And I'm happy to have a chat to you about any other questions you might have. I can definitely educate you. I can definitely show you how you can do calculations if you find a property, even if it's just a practice to start off with. I'm actually thinking of also doing a real estate competition. So I set up a share market competition in the investment club. And so for the property people, we might set up a property competition where you go to a real estate agent and we see who can find the best yielding property. So everybody's allowed to look for one or two properties, and then they could submit that, and we actually run the numbers to see that area, how much it's growing, what the rental yield is, and who can find the best growth possibility. Another final idea is that Perth is currently one of the bigger growers in that sense, the quiet achiever in the background. But another one to have a look at, and which is a potential, can also be Hobart. It is a lot quieter than Perth. It's probably a little bit similar at the moment, but Perth has a little bit more potential to Hobart, but Hobart is plodding along nicely and probably also a potential. But as I said, that's just something that if you ask me what the general layout is, that's what I'm able to share. As I said, I can certainly give you education around things. I don't officially have a license to give you any advice, but I can educate you by helping you run through some numbers to see whether a property would be positive geared or not, whether it is a growth area or not. I have a very good software that I use in order to be able to evaluate suburbs. And in the investment club that I set up, everybody gets access to a VA, which is a virtual assistant. So my virtual assistants run my business. They post on social media, they organize events for me, they do all sorts of different things. And for the people in my club, most of them work, so they don't have a lot of time. They have other activities after work that they also need to do. So they don't have a lot of time to research properties, to research stocks, to research all of these different things. So the VA allows them, and it's included in the price of the club membership, it allows them to be able to have somebody else do research for them so that they are not wasting their time, so that they can still get their sleep and do whatever it is that they need to do in their studies. And it allows them to be able to get some research done. So that is what I would be able to share, because it is always valuable to be able to start looking into things, understanding how the markets work, what kind of stages they are at, and also having a look into starting to do some research and just playing around with it and seeing how to put together a spreadsheet to see which stocks might be better than others, and putting together a spreadsheet to have a look at which property areas are good, which properties are actually likely to be positively geared, which ones are likely to be negatively geared, what kind of challenges to look out for. For example, I used to know somebody that bought a property that had termites. That was a bit of a fun thing. They forgot to check, and they bought something which disintegrated on them and cost them a lot of money to get fixed, for example. So there's a lot of fun little things that you can learn. And that was something very quickly that I wanted to share with regards to the two things that you wanted me to discuss. Please let me know whether I was able to answer your questions, whether I was able to give you some of the information that you would like, so that you are a step ahead of where you were when you first started. I'm happy to answer any other questions. And I see that Bailey asked some questions in the chat. Yes, Raise is a great way to get started, and that's all good. So that's what I wanted to share tonight. Is there anything you would like to ask with regards to the debrief, with regards to how you played? Is there any questions you have? Is there anything else you'd like me to discuss with regards to the research, the general layout of the market, and how to get started in property?
I'm actually interested in your program and the VA and all that kind of thing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So I will get in touch with you both after Cashflow and give you a one-on-one session, and then we'll have a talk about where you're at, what kinds of changes you might be able to implement in order to be able to set up some different accounts, be a little bit more disciplined financially, so that you can start changing the mindset, changing the things that you do, so that you can then start moving towards, because a lot of people will start to learn some things, but don't know how to shift the mindset or how to set up the first basics in order to be able to get your mind to actually work with you as opposed to against you. Because generally speaking, our parents teach us how not to do things. And then we realized we want to do it differently, but it's a little bit challenging when that programming is still running through our heads. So I've done a lot of psychology and different things in order to be able to help you with that. So obviously, as a thank you for joining us today, I'm going to get my VAs to be in touch with you so that you can set up an appointment with me and we can go through and discuss some ideas. That's totally free. If you'd like to join the club, if you'd like to do anything else, then of course, feel free. And if not, that is completely up to you, not twisting anybody's arm. I just want to be able to see you achieve success and start putting it into real life. Because as I said, when I had my cafe and people used to come and play, the thing that annoyed me the most and probably made me sad for the people that weren't implementing was the fact that people were really excited, wanted to do something, but then didn't. And yeah, that's what I wanted to share.
Cool. Thanks, Menno.
You're very welcome. So did you have any other questions, Benedict, with regards to the general layout of the Australian market, or did either of you want to ask anything else before we start wrapping up? But I want to make sure before we finish that you definitely feel that you got some really good value from tonight and that you are feeling like you got a step further ahead than when you first started playing today.
Yeah, I think for me personally, like, I heard stuff of at laughter time, and one big regret was I never participated in the game that night. But since then, like in the last couple of months, I played Monopoly for the first time, and the life game, and I quite enjoyed that. And I want to understand things, so I feel like being a part of Cashflow and that kind of thing in your community will help me have a better gauge on things. So yeah,
That's
I'm excited.
amazing. And you've probably played more Cashflow now than everybody that only played that night, never played again. So you're already ahead of a couple of people.
Yeah, and it's good to understand it and get like general advice going along as well. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, then unless anybody has any other questions, is there anything else you'd like to add, Mladen?
My standard comment to do group classes, not just one-on-one.
Yeah, so the one-on-one is just to
there are people who would like to learn analysis, not just go to your VA to do that. So I would love to hear about the analysis to teach other people how to analyze, go to website and what to look, how you look, to teach how you actually do it.
Yes, no, they can't. They definitely can't just send it to the VA to be done. So I teach everybody, first of all, how to do it so that they know themselves, because the VA will definitely not be able to do it unless you can show them. So everybody in the club.
I love that. That's very cool.
Yeah, so everybody in the club has also been taught how to do it so that they have to explain it to the VA so that, yes, they can save the time, but they do need the skill. Because when I was at hospitality management school, we learned how to cook. And everybody said, why do we need to learn to cook? We're only managing chefs because we're going to be managers. And the teacher said, yes, but how are you going to know if the chef is wasting produce or if they're doing a bad job or a good job? You need to know how to do it yourself as well. So no, absolutely agree, Mladen. Everybody is trained in how to do it, not just having the VA do it. But yes, the VA is also there so that if somebody does have a full-time job and doesn't have a lot of time to be able to implement it, they do know the skill, they do know how to do it, and they can implement it themselves. But if they don't have a lot of time, then there is also that backup for them to be able to get. So, for example, they can do 2 of their own analysis, but with the VA, they can probably get 10, maybe even 20 companies analyzed. And otherwise, it would maybe take them 5 hours to be able to do that. In this case, they would be able to do their own analysis in 20 to 30 minutes. But they'd have access to more companies and more analysis because they are using other people's time, which is what Robert Kiyosaki always teaches us. So valid point, absolutely agree. And that is definitely how we do it. But I appreciate your suggestion. Okay, so unless anybody has any questions, you can always reach me anyway. So I will get my VAs to be in touch. And I'm looking forward to spending some time one-on-one with you to get the basics. And then if you'd like to be in the group so that you can access the education, the VA and the other things that we are doing in order to be able to help you implement in real life, then that is definitely a possibility. If not, then we can still be very good friends. That's completely okay. Definitely no hard sell on that one. And I appreciate you joining today. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again. And yes, feel free to reach out if the VA's gotten in touch with you, or if you've got my number or my details, feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to answer questions if you think of something that you haven't thought of before we finish tonight. Okay, then I'm going to leave you with that. I really appreciate you joining. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Bailey asked if you would be able to catch up after. Unfortunately, I need to go and pick up my partner, and the same for Mladen. She's gone through a couple of challenges and needs me to help her out with something. So I do need to leave on time to be able to go and pick her up. But I will make sure that I schedule some time for all of you to be able to chat. Let me have a look. So tomorrow I am relatively free, and I'll make sure that I make time for all of you to be able to chat. But I appreciate you all joining today. I am absolutely hoping that you got some really good value from tonight, and I'm looking forward to staying in touch and teaching you even more and watching you implement in real life. So thank you so much.
Cool. Thanks, Menno. See ya.
Okay. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good night.